Hello, 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 and happy Sunday. I'm so excited to be here and to welcome you to season 10 of Weightless with Dr. Carol Penn. We have such an incredible show for you today, a special show for you today. But first, who am I? I'm Dr. Carol Penn, doubly board certified in family medicine and obesity medicine, teacher, coach, and oh my goodness, mom and friend, and all those amazing, wonderful, and incredible things. So we are in season 10. This is episode 1. We have an incredibly special guest today as we discuss what it means to be weightless. Weightless, not just physically and things to do with weight loss and weight loss maintenance, but also what does it mean to be weightless spiritually, to feel light, to take the weight of the world off of your shoulders. So we're related to our health in mind and body and spirit. And our show today is doing just that. But before I introduce our special guest to you, I want you to let it sink in that our theme today has to do with being weightless around our relationship with money. So many of us are being frightened today by conversations about inflation and just a negative thought process that's cutting the flow of our abundance off at the knees. So let's get ready to sit back. I want you to go ahead and grab however it is that you take notes while we hear our wonderful theme song. And when our theme song is finished, we will have a word from our sponsor, and then you will meet our superstar friend and our special guest, Joy Precipe.
Weightless, no matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Time you opened up your eyes, you were courageous. If only they could see you going through your paces. It's amazing. Weightless, no matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Time you open up your eyes, you were courageous. If only they could see it going through your paces. It's amazing. Weightless, matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Time you opened up your eyes, you were courageous. If only they could see you going through your paces. It's amazing.
Good afternoon. Weightless with Dr. Carol Penn is brought to you by Penn Global Visions and Penn Global Medical Group. We would like to thank you for joining us this afternoon and supporting this program. You can listen to other broadcasts of our previous 9 seasons by going to anchor.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, or wherever you listen to other podcasts. We've got 9 seasons of shows ready for your take. So please stay tuned while we get ready to return to Dr. Carol and her super friend guest. Thank you again for joining us. And here we go. Let's return.
Well, all right. And thank you so much for that wonderful word from our sponsor. All right. You know me. I love to bring our guest on while I share their introduction. I believe that people should hear their accolades while they are with us, because often we go through our day, and so many of us go through our lives with too little acknowledgement. So I want you to just look upon this beautiful person, this beautiful being, and see her smile while I introduce today's special guest, my friend and dear colleague, Joy Precipe. And there she is. There she is. So now let's meet her. Joy Principe, a success and well being coach and a CPA, brings a diverse background to her work. She has been an entrepreneur and CPA business owner for 30 years. She is also trained in bodywork, transformative coaching, and yoga. Her passion is to empower women's financial independence in every aspect of their lives. She believes that when we uplevel our relationship with money, all of our relationships thrive. She is masterful at creating an oasis where her clients can flourish. She loves being part of her client's success team and has been leading groups for over 20 years with her rare blend of analytical and creative qualities that inspire people to their personal greatness in a very practical and yet playful way. Her group programs and one on one sessions are focused on leading businesses and individuals to meaningful and sustainable success and happiness. Simply put, she guides people in creating their ideal lifestyle. Personally, she is enchanted with ballroom dance, Nia technique, and ballet. Her Girl Scout keep her connected to magic. You can reach her at coachjoy@comcast.net. All right, we are going to welcome Joy. And before that, I just have to give a shout out because Joy and I have known each other a long time. Back in the day when we were both studying yoga. So this goes back to like the early 2000s. So it's been a long and fruitful friendship. We both have, of course, a love of movement and dance and all things that we can embody. And Joy has also been very critical in my life's journey as a coach. So I just want you to say that I have lots of touch points with this beautiful person. So I just want you to know that I wholeheartedly endorse the exchange that's about to happen and the energy that is about to be put out there. So welcome, Joy.
Thank you so much, Carol. Oh, what a lovely introduction. And I have to say that I do exactly that with my clients. I have them put together their traits and their skills and their accomplishments and the mountains they've crossed. And then I read it back to them. And it is an enormous way for people to begin to embody how valuable they are and what they have accomplished in their world. So thank you for doing that. It feels great to hear that. And it's a great thing to do for yourself.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go. I'm just going to pass the heart to you right now because I'm already feeling lighter and weightless in our journey. This topic that we are going to dive into today, this topic about feeling weightless around money, comes at a time when most of us are being scared out of our wits in regards to money. There's so much negative talk about inflation. Prices are going up. We saw the rocketing gas prices. We saw the skyrocketing school supplies. And I heard so many parents in that scarcity conversation about not being able to fill the backpack and to fill the lunch box because of the increase in prices. I'm also hearing scarcity conversation from clients and potential clients. All this, oh, I'm on a fixed income, so therefore I can't invest in myself, or I feel afraid to invest in myself. I know this is the next best thing, or it is the thing that I want to do. And they come up against a wall, and that wall is fear. So let's get into it. What does all of this mean?
Yeah, so Carol, what I love about this conversation is that we get to voice our concerns. And that's an important part of the healing process is when people can say, I'm scared. And when they can be in a safe space to be able to a container where that something that they can voice, they can be honest about things because it's even worse to feel that fear and then to feel like it's not safe to share it with anyone. So to have a person, a buddy, a coach, a mentor, or someone that you can say, look, this is what I'm reading, this is what I see in the world, this is what's happening, and my body is in a state of fear. I just want to be honest with that, and what can I do about it? So, a conversation like this will help to shift that. Thank you for being willing to allow people to say, I'm afraid of what's going to happen. I'm afraid that the negativity is going to start affecting my decisions, and we're the antidote to that. This conversation will help to shift that. So thank you again for being willing to expand your definition of weightless to include weightless financially. That's where there's so much joy that I have in seeing people shift that fear from a place of fear to a place of feeling empowered around money, and to having a conversation and a relationship with money that feels like a relationship with your best friend, because that's what I'd like it to feel like. Hopefully by the time we sign off on this show, there will be a shift in that relationship.
Oh, that would be absolutely fantastic. And getting ready for the show, we were sharing some of our ideas and concepts. And this, an author, Tasha Silver, this full abundance change me prayer. And I want to share that right now because it really touches upon that spiritual aspect of money, the energetic imprint, and that's really what money represents. And I think this fear
Mhm.
conversation has separated us from that. So at any rate, let me share this. Divine beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, no an open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my needs are always met in amazing ways, and that it's safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself so I may carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I am utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. And I think that is one of my favorite reminders of this spiritual relationship that we have with the substance we call money. Now, how do we get back to that? What is the antidote to this current doom and gloom? You shared with me a quote from Wayne Dyer that says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And we also know that the Heisenberg Principle confirms this. Could you tell our wonderful community what the Heisenberg Principle is?
Yes. So we have the blend, the beautiful marriage of science now and spirituality. So, spiritually speaking, money is not something that is separate from our spirituality. So, I'd like to just make that statement so that people can remember that anything that we are about is a spiritual component. And when Wayne Dyer said that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change, he means that when you up level your thinking about a topic, about this topic of money, the outer world will begin to bring you those things that felt at one point unattainable. But it's not because the outer world is giving you something, it's because you have decided that you're in alignment with the financial beauty that's together with spirit. So the Heisenberg principle is the scientific principle that really says that when we look at a particle, when someone's observing a particle, that particle changes. It doesn't behave the same. So that our input into what we're wanting to accomplish, actually makes that's the creative process. That's how we are connected to the creative process. Like as we begin to declare and embody what the truth is about us. And the truth about money is that we were meant to be abundant. We were meant to have our dreams come true. And I want to stand for that truth because many people, including many, both men and women, but women also, they begin to shrink around money. Like it's not okay for me to say, I want to have a big money goal. They don't think it's connected or it's part of their spirituality. So I really want to, in this conversation with you, because I know you believe the same, that we can remind people of the truth about money, that it's safe, it's a safe relationship to begin to develop. And if there's some past stories or trauma, we can be honest about that, and then we can begin to heal that.
That is so well said. And as you were speaking, I also reflecting upon being in places in our cities. I was just in the city of Bethlehem that has had a long time big conversation about economic downturns, and being in neighborhoods where there were homeless people, there were people who there was such the palpable experience, as if it were the absolute truth of people being without. So, these people are hungry, these people are homeless. How is it that we can, those of us that might have some sense of abundance or have something to share, how do we use this beautiful principle and this consciousness to expand it so it really is uplifting for all of humanity? This is, it's just something that is important to me, and I also know important to you.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So again, when we feel like we have, the way that the principle works is that as we receive and our needs feel like that we're not contracted, that we're not afraid, and as we feel like our needs are met, we're generous. I'll give you an example. I am in a group with A Course in Miracles, which is uh, a spiritual psychology around stating the truth about our gloriousness. And as we begin to receive the abundance, receive the blessings, the natural place where we go, we don't even have to try, but the natural place that we go is to be generous with that. And so as we begin to get our needs met and have our abundance, the place that we go with that next is to be generous with others, and to begin to up level and to have the resources to give to causes that we adore, that we love. Every month when I write my check, to my particular one at this point is the food bank, and every month when I write that check, I feel so good. I feel so good that I have the resources to share and to be part of the solution. And so that's, again, the spiritual piece of it, that when we heal, we don't heal alone. So as we're healing our relationship with money, we begin to be a force for the good of the healing relationship with money for others, not just the emotional relationship, but the actual dollars and cents that comes with that.
I'm muted. I just want to let our wonderful audience know that you might be hearing a slight little connectivity challenges, and that's okay because the complete thought is still coming through. So we're just going to keep pushing on because there's some real pearls being shared here. So thank you, Joy. Let us take a look at this idea of creating wealth, the what can we do, the how of it. No matter what is going on in the world, I know you've got some great information and activity to share around that.
Yes, yes. So what I'd like to do is I'm just taking a quick look at my notes. And I broke it down into very simple steps. So how can we create the abundance that we would like, even when we hear that we're going into a recession, or times are a little bit more difficult, or don't spend any money on yourself. Don't We hear that even from some thought leaders that are encouraging us to save and to almost to the point of hoarding, which I would really like to take a stand and a truthful, honest reflection about. It's important to decide that we are worthy of abundance, that we would like to create a money goal, that we have things that we want to do with the resources that we create. We'd like to do that with the resources. And the first step is to actually make a statement. And it would be nice to have a statement with a witness present. So I have many buddies and mentors and coaches that I'll just say out loud, look, this is what I want to do for the next 3 months. I want to create this amount of money. And I'm deciding to do that. And then the next step is to actually feel that possibility in your body. Sometimes what happens is we say our desire, and then all of the negativity kind of comes up, and it contracts us. So I'd like to be honest about that and to help our listeners to create what I call a money peace of mind. So I'd like to take them on a guided visualization to do that. Is this a good time for that? Okay, cool. So I will do that. So what I want you to do is, if you're in a safe place, I'd like for you to close your eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice deep breath. And we're going to feel our feet on the floor. And I'm going to guide you through this. All you need to do is listen to the sound of my voice and to just let your mind wander, make pictures, and begin to use the words that I'm going to say to begin to bring you into a place of what I call your money peace of mind. And the way that we're going to do this today is I'm going to invite you to think about a financial challenge that you might have. Something that feels like an obstacle, a challenge, a money situation that is bringing you a little bit of angst. And if you don't have one of yours, you can borrow one from myself. And I know that we all have something like that inside. So go ahead and bring that up. And what I'd like you to do is, as you close your eyes and begin to soften your breath, I'd like for you to go to a beautiful place in nature. Nature is our place where we can go because the cycles of nature really support our well-being. So go ahead and bring yourself to a forest or a beachfront. Imagine that there's a beautiful bench or cushions on the floor. And begin to just see yourself enjoying this environment. And we're going to call in your future self. So this is the self where this problem has been solved. We've gotten to the other side of this place. And you get to sit with her or with him. And you make eye contact together. And they tell you, we're on the other side of this situation. And this future self, because she or he is on the other side of that situation. They have a feeling in their body. And you can see it. You can see it in their eyes. You can see how they hold themselves. There's a calm certainty. There's a knowing smile. They feel that sense of, I can create whatever I need to. There's always more than enough. And as you sit with them, you feel like, I can feel that too. I feel that feeling just being with you. Just being in this place where I feel like I can create what I need. I can close my eyes at night and feel that sense of inner peace that comes with knowing that I can create whatever I need and I have more than enough. And just be with that. This is a feeling that we can learn to tap into. We can feel this feeling just because we bring it up in our system. We can ask to feel it, and we will feel that sense of inner money peace.
I loved it. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so powerful because I could feel that spaciousness, that internal spaciousness beginning to occur that says, yes, yes, I am abundance. It's not just being abundant, but it's a state of being. So thank you for that. And I know you have another technique that you can share with us. And I think we have time for both. So I would love it if you would describe the second one. And let's have that experience as well.
Excellent, excellent, great. So one of the things that I do in my coaching practice with my clients is a process called emotional freedom technique or tapping. So this is a very simple tool that I'm going to teach you right now, and you will be able to walk away and be able to work with it yourself. It comes from a combination of Chinese acupuncture and modern psychology. So just a little background, I won't get too technical on you, but we have a place in our brain called the amygdala. This is our fight or flight activator. And this is a great place in our brain that we have evolved with. This is how we have survived for hundreds of thousands of years. And that place tends to get activated whenever we are afraid, whenever we are feeling scarcity or lack. So think of it as this is the place where it gave you the energy to move. It gave you the impetus to run when we were being chased. So this is a place that is important. However, we can tend to activate this place when we hear the news that we're going into a recession. And we want to be able to control that, to temper that, to soothe that place. So all you need to do is follow along with me. What I'm going to do is lead you through this process. And I'm going to tell you all the points that you need to be touching. What we're going to do is we're going to touch on the side of the hand and some places on the face. And you'll just need to follow along with me. This is the place where we get honest about our fear. And we can get honest and tap and neutralize that place. So that's where the healing comes in, is we can both be honest and be neutralizing that place. So let's just have an experience of it. Here I am tapping on the side of my hand, and just repeat after me. All this stress around money. Even though I have this stress around money, I'm open to something different. And just repeat after me. Even though I have this stress around money, I'm open to a new way. Even though my whole body feels this heaviness when I think about money, I'm choosing to connect with that money peace of mind. And then we're going to tap on the top of our head. There's a beautiful acupuncture point right at the top of our head. This money stress. And then we're going to tap at our eyebrow point. All this fear around money. And then we're going to tap on the outer eyebrow. As I'm letting this money stress go, I can connect to the truth. And you can just be saying that out loud or silently. Then we're going to tap right here under the nose, another acupressure point. All this money stress, it's heavy. And now we're going to tap on the chin. As I breathe, I'm letting some of it go. I'm taking a breath and letting some of it go. Then we're going to tap right here on the collarbone. As I breathe out, I let some of this stress go. And then take another nice deep breath. And just let that go. So that's an experience of emotional freedom technique where we can begin to neutralize some of those really honest feelings that we're really feeling. And that's the beginning of the healing process. In order to take a step into our truth, we let go of some of the fear.
Beautiful. Now, as we have it, and this is also for our listening audience, the audio was going in and out. So I'm wondering if you could repeat the sentence that we were tapping on for our listening audience. And then I'll remind some people and our listeners about, the tapping points.
Yes. So the sentence is, even though I feel this stress around money, I choose to be open to something new.
That is so beautiful. And that time it was perfect. I'm like, okay, the energy is moving. There's that resistance out there that doesn't want this truth to be known.
Yes.
Even though I feel this stress around money, I am open to something new. So a person could even tap, let's say you were tapping on your karate chop point, and just stay on one point. even though I feel this stress around money, I am open to something new. So you don't even have to do all of the points, but the points are the crown of the head, the sides of the eyes, well, the inner points of the eyes, the outer points of the eyes, underneath the eyes, the fulcrum of the upper lip, lower lip, right here in the chin, right here underneath the collarbone. So, and you can do all of those points, or you could just say, it feels really good when I'm right here, and stay there repeating the sentence and the tapping until you begin to feel a shift. And this is what we mean by the embodiment of that inner peace, the embodiment of the inner peace around money. So there we did the visualization and we did the tapping. So think, which one resonated with you the most? And maybe that'll be your practice today, this week, or this month. Make sense? So I am just thrilled that we had the opportunity to do this. And so we are going to take a pause for our sponsor. And when we come back, we're going to hear something very, very powerful about an opportunity that Joy is going to be sharing with all of us. And we're going to learn about that. So we'll see you in about a minute.
Good afternoon. Weightless with Dr. Carol Penn is brought to you by Penn Global Visions and Penn Global Medical Group. We would like to thank you for joining us this afternoon and supporting this program. You can listen to other broadcasts of our previous 9 seasons by going to anchor.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube, or wherever you listen to other podcasts. We've got 9 seasons of shows ready for your take. So please stay tuned while we get ready to return to Dr. Carol and her superfriend guest. Thank you again for joining us. And here we go. Let's return.
And we're back. Thank you so much to our sponsors for that information. All right, Joy, let's get into it. It's the 90-day money game. It's time to create income, impact, and inner peace. Tell us, please, about your 90-day money game. And I can't think of something that is potentially more vitalizing than to step into this money game for the last quarter of 2022.
Yes, thank you, Carol. So I wanted to create something that was a fun way, a container, a way that we could create something beautiful together to prove to ourselves that we are powerful enough to create what we want, and we can decide to do that. So how the game works is that it's 90 days, so it's going to be the last quarter of the year. We're going to start on October 15th, and we're going to go actually through January 15th. So we are going to get the lovely energy of the end of the year and the lovely energy of the new year to support us in this. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a bold money goal. So I'm actually going to show you how to do that. We're going to do that as a practice today as part of the show. I'm going to show you the 3 jumpstart tips for this money game. And then if you'd like to go deeper and if you'd like to be part of this powerful, enchanting group, we're going to actually work together as a group and have calls periodically and support and accountability. And what we're going to do is a lot of being honest about some of the stories that come up. So what I want to say about creating a money goal is that it will bring up all of those places that say, oh no, I'm not worthy of that, or oh no, it's too late in the year to be able to match a money goal or double your income. That's just impossible. I know that that's my system likes to say impossible. And that's the word that I have been transforming as I've been putting this game together. So whatever money story you have that comes up, we're going to, as part of this group, begin to soothe so that you can create the income that you want, the impact that you want. And by impact, I mean the thing that makes your heart sing, the thing that really juices you up. So I want that for you. I want to bring that sense of aliveness back into, our experience. And of course the inner peace. And we had an experience of inner peace. So those are the threads that are going to run through this program. So what I would like to do is teach you the 3 jumpstart tips that you can use, whether you decide to join me or not. And of course, I hope that you will decide that you want to be part of a group of people who are gathering and summoning their energies together and bringing their stories forward so that we can heal them. So the first tip is to declare that money goal, to actually say, I want to create $10,000, $100,000, $50,000, $100, whatever that number is that will light you up. I'd like for you to be able to write that down. And just go ahead and write that down. The first number that comes up for you, that's your bold money goal. And what happens with the bold money goal is that it begins to literally give you ideas. So if I have a goal of, let's use a number of $1,000, I'm going to start to gather towards me. And this is a place in your brain that we love and adore in my work, called the reticular activating system. And what it will do is, it's like you give your mind a little bit of a job to do, and it loves that. So, for example, when you want to buy a new refrigerator and you start to see articles for refrigerators and sales of refrigerators, so that's the reticular activating system moving. And for me, that's the magic moving. And so when we have $1,000 money goal, whatever that goal is, we're going to start to bring to us the ideas to create that. And that won't happen unless we declare it, unless we say yes to it. So that's your first jumpstart tip. And I'd love for you to play with that and to begin to look for, I mean, literally look around for the ideas that will come to support that. That's spirit moving towards you. That is the energy moving towards you, telling you, yes, you can create this. The second jumpstart tip is a bit of a counterintuitive tip. I think what most thought leaders will tell you to do once you have your number is they will tell you to roll up those sleeves, start to pound the pavement, please start to move forward. What I'm telling you to do is a little bit different. After you declare your goal, I want you to do something fun, novel, something that makes you feel alive. I want you to go play with your pet, talk to your children and play a game with them, go sit in nature. I want you to use the spiritual abundance that's out there to support you in this goal. So you can do that. Once you declare it, that will help those ideas start to generate. That will be the thing that brings those ideas forward. And the third tip that I'd like for you to do is, I'd like for you to tell somebody about your goal. And I want you to be super careful about who you tell. I want that person to be someone who will look at you and celebrate with you, who will jump and who will whoop and holler and be your witness of possibilities. So, how many times have we had a goal and we told someone and we saw them roll their eyes and we heard the words of like, "Ooh, do you think you really should go for that?" So I want you to be careful about the seed that you're planting. I want it to be nourished and nurtured by people who are going to cheer you on. So those are the three tips to begin to play this game. And if you'd like to go a little deeper and actually go through the 90 days with me, because these things sometimes take time. We need to nourish and nurture all of the steps of this game. I do have an acronym that I use for this game, and it's an easy one. It's the acronym of money. So money is going to be our guide. We're going to talk about mindset, opportunities, nurturing, environment, and your worthiness. So that's kind of an overview of the game. The link will be available for you to click on, and it is circleoflife.com/money-game. So, and please reach out to me with any questions that you might have.
I am going to actually spell that out slowly so people can take that down. So, yes, you want to enroll. First of all, you want to say yes to enroll. You want to review your big money goal. I love that. I love all those tips, Joy. I love all those tips. But let me give people the information. Circle of Life, CircleofLifePersonalGrowth. That's Circle of Life Personal Growth.com/money, MONEY -game, GAME. Got that, people? And the course is going to run from October 15th to January 15th. So what if people can't join the teleclass? Can they still get benefit? How can they participate if they can't be on the actual teleclass?
All the calls will be recorded. So we'll have those recordings so they can participate even if they can't be live on the calls.
Excellent. And the tips that you were giving, and it really was all of those things that we talked about in the beginning about creating that spiritual alignment. So I love that you said, pick the money goal, whatever that is, and that you talked about the RAS, or the reticular activating system. Don't you just love the brain in our work? It's just the neuroscience behind it is really quite remarkable. Then to go do something fun. Deepen the relaxation, deepen the fun of it. Give your body that message that this is joyful. Because a lot of us have a lot of sadness around money. So I love that tip. A lot of hurt around it, a lot of heaviness, a lot of weightedness. So to do something fun, wow, to me, in my mind, that would be telling my body that this is a way of being weightless, and that it's light, that it's possible. I'm not going to be pushing the rock up the hill. And that all important third tip, don't tell Debbie Downer. Do not tell Debbie Downer or Dan the doubter. Again, it's about energetics. It's about doing the thing which brings us into alignment, or are we doing the thing that's actually pulling us out of alignment? So beautiful, fantastic, wonderful. I got so much out of this. I know I was taking my notes. I hope that our wonderful audience and this beautiful community of Weightless with Dr. Carol Penn was taking their notes. I hope that you will rinse, repeat, hashtag rinse, repeat, and listen to this recording again and again. And maybe it was good that we're having just a little bit of, every once in a while, a technical difficulty or a technical glitch with the sound, because you're going to have to lean in and hear it with both your actual physical hearing and then hear it with that inner ear, the spiritual ear, so it seeps in. I think this is a incredible opportunity, and I am looking forward to a gathering of a really interesting group of people who are going to up their relationship with money. And you said it in your bio, and I would just like you to end on this, that when you up level your relationship with money, you really up level your relationship with everything. Everything begins to thrive. Could you tell us just a little bit more about what you mean about that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. So our relationship with money, I believe, mirrors our other relationships. So when we have our relationship with money thriving, we're able to look at some of our other relationships, like our relationship with a partner or a child, and see that it could be a safe relationship, it could be a flourishing relationship. So, all of those qualities that go with a happy, good relationship with money are the same. It's like money is your best friend. If you spoke to it as if it was your best friend, if you expected to hear and receive as you would with a best friend, it's a very mirroring kind of relationship. And any blocks we would have with our relationship with money are probably going to be there with others. So as we heal one thing, the other things will heal as well.
Well, again, Joy, thank you so much. Words of wisdom coming at a time in the world community that we need to hear them. So much has shifted and changed through the pandemic. Some things were golden nuggets for the good, and other things were just, wow. We lost our way. We don't have a sense necessarily of a new world order personally or on a larger scale in many areas of our life. So you're providing such a wonderful opportunity to do that with something that is deep and sacred, and that is our relationship really with abundance, cultivating prosperity and abundance. This goes beyond money as it goes into all of our relationships. Don't you want that relationship with your partner to be abundant and prosperous and joyful? Don't you want that relationship with your child to be abundant, prosperous, joyful? The relationship with your colleagues, the relationship with yourself. It is that energetic imprint, that spiritual energetic imprint that undergirds everything, mind, body, and spirit. So thank you. Will you come back, Coach Joy? Oh, you're on mute, Coach Joy.
Thank you so much, Carol. I would love to come back. This was exciting. It was enchanting. It brought together the two of us. I just had a great time.
Wonderful. And we are going to ask the wonderful Kenny Brazil Hamilton to play us out, and I'll meet you backstage in the green room. So 1 second, I'll see you there in a moment. Here we go. Till next week's show, stay tuned and be well. prosper, and be abundant. I love you all. Bye.
Weightless, weightless. No matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Greatness. Time you opened up your eyes, you were courageous. Courageous. If only they could see you going through your paces. It's amazing. Weightless. No matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Time you open up your eyes, you walk away. Just if only they could see it going through your paces. It's amazing. Weightless. Matter what people say, you're full of greatness. Time you opened up your eyes, you were courageous. If only they could see you going through your pain.